What's up? Welcome into your Buckeye Rush Hour for a hump day, Wednesday, 4:30. Oh, August 9th, 4:32. 2 minutes late. Uh-oh. We've got trouble in hell. How we doing this early evening, late afternoon, ladies and germs? Good to see you. You look lovely, as always. So, uneventful day on campus, right? Not much happening in Columbus. Pretty quiet. False. Looks like, yeah, Gene's gone. Gene's gone. Can't believe it. So, all right, let's get into the topic. I'm going to have a few recruiting updates after we talk Gene Smith, but in the chat, I know you guys will pile in there momentarily. So, question for the chat. Gene's, just a quick and easy thumbs up or thumbs down. Gene Smith's tenure at Ohio State, what do you give it? Hit me in the chat, and I am going to lay this out. We're going to talk really just kind of a quick overview about the entire situation. So Gene announced today he will retire almost a year from now, June 30th, 2024. So he started in 2005. His quote today was, I've always felt, and my mentors have always said, you'll know when it's time. This summer, my wife, Sheila, and I sat down. She was asking a million questions. And I just said, it's time. Time for what? Time to start listening to your wife, or stop listening to her ask you questions. Anyway, you know what I do? Put in my headphones. What's up? Anyway, he goes on, quote, I do believe there is a right time for certain leaders, right time for an institution. I really believe with this presidential change, talking about Ohio State not having a president right now, he continues, which will be highly positive. Whoever the hire is, give her or him the opportunity to hire their leader and make a run and build on what these coaches and staff and student athletes have already done. So, let's talk a little bit about possible candidates. Of course, everybody's going to, the first thing I saw on Twitter was hire Tress. You know, okay, he's freaking 70 years old, man. The guy, is he still president at Youngstown? I don't know if he wants to move back to Columbus, you know, and be president there. I mean, what for? He needs somebody younger, you know, like I would say sub 60, below 60s, somebody energetic that's, you know, going to get out there and press the flesh, kiss the babies, because it's all about boosters and money, you know, fundraising and stuff for an athletic director. So you gotta have some fucking juice, man. You can't be an old fuddy-duddy. Never thought I would say the word fuddy-duddy on this show, but just happened. Anyway, like I said, the Buckeyes don't currently have a president of the university. So the people that have direct ties, you know, kind of Gene's proteges, you got Utah State just hired recently Diana Sabow. UCLA has Martin Jarmon. Pitt has Heather Like. Washington State has Pat Chung. So guys like that, I mean, you could look at those options, but they're not really, I don't know if they're really legit options. I think you got to go with somebody with some more experience. Most of those people are pretty young. So we'll see. They need to have somebody in place by next July 1st, obviously. You probably want some crossover time, some training time, or some kind of time for Gene to work with the person, you know, maybe give them some of the pearls of you know, who to watch out for on Ohio State's campus or something. But there's a lot of change going on right now, so it's probably a good time for Gene to move on. He's gone through a lot of change. You had the transition from Urban Meyer to Ryan Day. That's a big deal. You had the COVID season not too long ago. You had conference expansion still happening, apparently. You got, of course, the transfer portal and NILs are huge, massive landscape shifts, that have just happened and are still kind of, we're new to. But as far as his relationship with Ryan Day, that's number one. The athletic director's relationship with the head football coach has to be in complete alignment. I know Gene's very proud of the numerous non-revenue sports and the championships they've won. They fund 36 Olympic sports, and it's just, I know he's proud of that. It's I don't know, at times kind of annoying. I don't think we need all that because it takes away from the big money makers, or money makers singular, yeah. But again, you got to have total alignment in all aspects between the AD and the head coach. So Gene had this quote. He said, "That is critical. That is most important. Ryan and I are aligned like it's never been. That alignment has to exist." And I remember Urban Meyer saying that when he first came to Ohio State. You got to have complete alignment throughout, not just athletic director down to the head coach, but throughout the entire organization. So top to bottom, you got to have that alignment. That's key. And you hear that in professional sports a lot too, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, doesn't matter. You got to have alignment or you're going to have, you're going to have issues eventually. So Gene went on to say, quote, "You can't have conflict there. And I look across the country, you can tell and you see, oh, they're not aligned there. So that's critical." He said about Coach Ryan Day, he said, "I'm going to miss him. He's the real deal." That's what everybody says. I have seen some recruiting chatter that somebody tried to say that Ryan Day is fake. I couldn't be further from the truth. That's somebody just making shit up. I think it was actually in the video comments last week. I forget who said it. Obviously, they're a moron. Gene did say this about employing players and that whole topic that's going to come soon. Should the players get a cut of that TV revenue? He said, quote, "I do not believe student athletes should be employees. That's a whole new relationship. Smith is in favor of giving more money to college athletes, but he thinks the money should be tethered to education rather than giving athletes a paycheck." And on top of that, there's so many employment laws that go along with that. Just it's different from state to state, the state employment laws and things like that. So he's totally against it. That's great. I think it's going to change eventually. It's just a matter of time. So let me pop in the chat now that we laid her out, and love to get your guys' thoughts. Up, thumbs down. How are we feeling? Let me start from the top. Billy's the first one in the door. What's up, Billy? PC, what's up? Good to see you. What do we got here? PC says, "Not gone yet. Never believe someone is retiring until they're actually gone." Okay. So you think he might linger for more than a year? I don't know. His wife seemed pretty adamant about stuff. One of the questions towards the end of the press conference was, would you consider being a czar of college football or somebody that was just runs college football? And he pointed to his wife and she said, "Hell no," from the back of the room. That was awesome. So I don't know. She seems to kind of run the family there. Yeah, PC, you're right. He did bungle the NIL thing. I would also say 2012 should not have taken that. He should not have postponed that bowl ban. They should have self-imposed it in 2011, not gone to that Gator Bowl. That was the dumbest thing ever. And you look stupid on a national stage, kind of. I don't know who watched that game, but you look bad. And then you look worse in 2012 when you got an undefeated team and they can't fucking play for anything, right? Yeah, you could say he bungled that one too. PC says Tress is retired. I think a couple times now. I'm sure he's done working. Yeah, I would hope so. Billy says, I think Gene built up all the sports in his time. Yeah, he got a lot of buildings built too. What else? PC says, I really like Tress, but nah, let him enjoy his retirement. I agree. For those who would say Urban, no, get real. That's just dumb. It is just dumb. I really think it's going to be a replacement for Gene is going to be somebody maybe we're not aware of yet. You know, somebody, it's got to be somebody with a career built up. That's why I don't think some of his proteges and people that worked under him are an option just yet. Let them go get experience elsewhere. That's typically what the coaches are supposed to do too. Go get experience elsewhere, then you can come back. Billy says, I'm looking for work. Okay, Billy. I think it pays pretty well. Maybe they could get you at a rate. PC says, I'd vote for you, Billy. Good. Send me your resume. Billy says, I was class treasurer in 7th grade. Awesome. PC says, not going to name a replacement for Smith until the new OSU president is hired, and then it's going to take a while. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I don't know where you turn there. The last 2 presidents have come from California, and they're both kind of train wrecks, right? Michael Drake basically forced Urban to resign. And then what's her name? Christina Johnson was doing dirty things in the office. That's what we hear anyway. PC says, I'd be surprised if it's anyone affiliated with OSU right now. Smith wasn't when he was hired. Exactly my point. Billy, I think you made the list then. Billy says, didn't Gene go to ND? Yeah, played football at Notre Dame from Cleveland. Grew up in Cleveland, then Arizona State. He might have had a short stint out in the Northwest before Arizona State. I'd have to pull up his resume, but anyway. And Billy says, hard to trust in Notre Dame, man, but he did all right. Yep, I agree. PC says Smith also stepped in it when he talked about the game a few weeks ago, just another game. Yeah, exactly. Jeremiah has other things on his mind. We're getting closer to the opener, he says. Let's go Buckeyes. Love it, Jeremiah. That's right. We are getting closer. PC says, just for the record, I was here first. Next time I'll mark it. Hey, I can't tell. How would I know? We'll give you half credit. PC says, agreed on 2012 punishments too. Good point. PC says, don't bring them from Cali. Those people out here are nuts. You would know, right? PC, what was Smith's stance on Big Ten expansion? Well, he got USC and UCLA. I think that's completely an Ohio State move. Whether Christina Johnson helped him at all, I don't know. But yeah, that was a Gene Smith, Martin Jarmon, the AD out there at UCLA. That was all those guys working together. There it is, the first Urban in the chat. Let's see. Billy says we could bring a laid back approach, PC. Nice. It was always kind of political speak from what I remember. From who? Gene was a teammate of Rudy? Really? He didn't make it into the movie, I don't think. Good to see you, Yakov 22. Daniel, what's up? Nice to see you. Daniel has the first Urban shout. Travis, what's up? IO, Travis. That's right. Travis is in the house. So any other quick thoughts? I want to give some quick recruiting updates. I'm sure you guys in the chat especially are probably aware of most of this stuff, but just wanted to run a few things by you. Most importantly, Ohio State currently has the #1 class in the country for the 2024 cycle. We're at an average player ranking of 93.54. with 19 commits. Georgia's number 2 at 9,349. So just a cut hair behind us, but they have 26 commits, quite a few 3-stars in that class. And then watch out for Bama. They're coming on the outside down the home stretch here. They where were they? Oh yeah, they're a 9,290. So yeah, again, less than a point behind the Buckeyes. But I think we got a real shot to be number 1 in this class. Georgia is losing dudes left and right. Imagine this scenario. You're Georgia, and just a month ago, you had 6 crystal balls for KJ Bolden to Georgia. He leaves his home state for Florida State. His home state school, Georgia, they've won the last 2 national championships, and they don't show any sign of slowing down, both on the highways and on the football field. Hey-o. Come on, that was too easy. No, that was low class. Keep it above board here. But anyways, so you lose KJ Bolden out of state. You lose Peyton Woodyard. He flips from Georgia to Bama. I was expecting that to be Bama, Georgia to USC, not Bama. Then safety Jalen Hayward committed to UCF. He's a top 100 guy, man. Another safety gone. Formerly committed to Georgia, commits to Orlando University. And they're probably going to lose Edric Houston, either to the Buckeyes or to Bama. So Curry might want to get Dylan Raiola on that recruiting Buford area ASAP. So just wanted to throw those things by as far as recruits, that these safeties suddenly committing, Woodyard, Hayward, that kind of screws us, obviously. Takes a couple options off the board. Still got Zaquan Patterson. Will he visit? I hope. It would be nice. So, and we'll see if somebody pops during the season. It's just, you can't depend on that, But what else what do you guys think in the chat about Georgia losing some dudes out of state? You think they got some culture problems going on with the reckless driving and speeding and just so much stuff? So let's check the chat here. Yakov, by the way, the scene where all the ND players turn in their jerseys, that was a great scene. Never happened. I know. It's awesome, right? It's a fucking movie. Sometimes we forget that they're movies, don't we? Jeremiah says, would you know of who the university could bring in to replace Smith? Or will there be a search for that replacement? There's going to be a national search for sure. But first, they got to get a freaking president in there. I don't even know who the hell they're looking at. So that person needs to get in. Then they can start looking for an AD. And they got, 10 months to do it? Better get on the stick, man. So the board members, the trustees, whatever, they got to approve all the hirings and firings and all that. So I hope they're interviewing. You guys might want to consider putting in your resume for that job too. What do we got here? PC says, hey, number 1, by quality of commit. That's great. It is great. Just a couple coming up in the next couple weeks. Yep. Billy says 1 safety, 1 D line. PC says, yeah, the UGA safety thing is funny. Harbaugh's booger, what's up? IO to the boog man. He says, fuck Michigan. Weird thing for a booger to say. Billy says, easy HB. PC says, I was hoping for either Woodyard or Bolden. We got neither. I know. It's really frustrating. Travis says, winning just doesn't mean as much as it used to now that dollars are involved. Well, I don't know. It still means a lot to me. It might take a little bit of the shine off when it comes to recruiting. It makes it a little more frustrating, less predictable. That's for sure. I agree with you there, Travis. Yeah, Billy, the kid who went to UCF. Yeah, top 100 safety. decommits from Georgia, goes to Orlando University. Nuts. I remember when UCF was like one building. I lived over there when I first moved to Florida back in the 90s. It was a joke. No stadium. They had to play their football games over like on the other side of downtown in this really ghetto area where the Citrus Bowl it was so fucking dangerous down there, man. Oh my. Anyway, we don't need a tour of Orlando. PC says definitely a culture problem down there, but it's all under the rug except for the drunk driving accident. Yeah, but speeding was involved there too. That was like street racing, you know. I don't know. See, it seems like if two people got killed, you know, you would learn a lesson from that as a player, as a person. I don't know. Billy says we lost at least 2 recruits this year just due to dollars. I'd say at least 2. I think you could probably point at a few more. PC says something like 300 speeding tickets since January. Yeah, down in Georgia. Billy says apparently some sexual assaults have been hushed too. That there was that one story that the reporter from the AJC put out that did not carry much water. They were saying that Georgia was trying to squash a recruit who allegedly committed a sexual assault, but he didn't. It was just one of those incidents that we hear about sometimes where a guy has sex with a girl. She regrets it afterwards and goes running to tell people, you know. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened there from all the details that came out. And I believe the AJC had to retract that, or the University of Georgia sent them requests to retract, and that guy got fired. The reporter for the AJC got fired. Jeremiah says muck fish again. All right. PC, that one made it through, Jeremiah. Travis says, I mean, it doesn't mean as much to the recruits. Yeah, I understand. I agree with you, Travis. PC says, or 2 guys in a row like Auburn, LOL. Yeah, I don't know. PC says, except that one was consensual video. Yeah. I don't like digging into that stuff. A lot of gray area in there, and unless you were there when it happened, we really don't know. And I assume nobody was there except for the people involved. So, right, fully consensual. I got you. So, yeah, pretty busy day, kind of, sort of. I got some good daily blitzes coming up. I've been planning out and drawing up, scheming. Oh, it was hot chick day at my gym. It's freaking awesome. So I go to this crappy little gym by the beach, and it's like the size of, I don't know, like an old gas station. Not the new kind, not a truck stop that has like, 3 restaurants in it and shit. I'm talking like an old school gas station, with 1 pump. That's the size of this gym. And when 2 hot chicks are in there, it gets busy. It gets packed. Some dudes tend to like loiter outside until the hot girls come in. But anyway, don't know why I decided to talk about that suddenly, but guess it's because we're out of topics. Back to football. How about Sunday? All right, PC. The hybrids are taking over. Yeah, I agree. Hybrids are the way of the future, but I gotta kind of like put guardrails on it. I guess you can use hybrids at a couple positions on defense, 3 maybe, but you can't just field the whole team of 260-pound guys. You got to have still your staple big men up front. Got to have a linebacker that can tackle, typically a middle linebacker. Oh, that reminds me, one of the daily blitzes I did, I actually focused on the D line, and I explained, like, define the roles and responsibilities of each position of the D line. So you got your nose tackle, your one technique, then you got your D tackle, the three technique. And then you guys probably hear these terms a lot. And I'm like, somebody needs to explain this stuff, because I forget this shit half the time anyways. I'm old. I can't remember all this shit. One tech, three tech. Then you got a strong side DN and you got a weak side DN. These guys are not necessarily the same type of person, the same body type or athleticism. So I did a whole episode, going to do graphics and stuff to kind of illustrate where they line up, what their responsibilities are and stuff like that. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. What else do we have coming up on the daily shits? Oh, we got to continue our freshman focus, talking about Lincoln Kienholz. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Brian Day's got to pronounce that, so we know what to call the kid. Then we got so freshman focus on Kienholz. Then we got do we do Igbinosun yet? I got to do a profile on Davison Igbinosun. That dude is a monster. He's bringing a lot of confidence and swagger to that cornerback room. And I really think he's going to be in a rotation of three, Burke, Hancock, and Igbinosun. So 6'2", 190. Yeah, that'll get it done. He's got the length and some poundage. And he could probably put on a few pounds, play up around 200. So those are your daily blitzes coming up. Back to the chat. Billy says, Joe, were you a fan of one of the Toledo schools growing up? No. Sean went to Toledo. I went to Bowling Green because I fucking worked like an idiot. I worked a full-time job and went to school in the evenings most of the time. But no, I was never a fan. I still was not a Bowling Green fan. Me and Sean would just bet for the sake of, betting when BG played Toledo. But no, not a fan of any of the Toledo schools, really. PC says, I guess the term hybrid is a misnomer, more like guys that can play multiple positions. Yeah, it's versatility. That's what it is. You don't have to take them off the field from play to play. Right, exactly. PC's pumped about plays and responsibilities of the defense. That's good. Your wish will come true. Yak off, the AD job is about $1 million a year. I'll take it. No questions asked. But I don't think OSU will hire me. Huh? Put your resume in. You never know. You don't know until you don't know. Billy says, looks like Sonny can play just about anywhere. Yeah. Yeah, like Isaiah Simmons from Clemson. I mean, he's one of the more recent comparisons, what was he, like 6'4", 240, something like that. Could fly around, do just about anything. PC says Kienholz sounds like Kienholz. Yeah. Say it how you want. I don't know. It's German. Before E in German sounds like a long E sound. I before E in German. Okay, I got you. So Kienholz. PC says BGSU, right on. I saw OSU play BGSU in the shoe in 92 when I was in high school. They almost lost that fucking game. Remember that? Jeez. That was not a good game. Fucking Cooper. Travis says, I'm becoming a fan of Carter. Yeah, Jahad Carter is a smart one, man. And he gets a lot of praise from Jim Knowles. Played in a similar system at Syracuse, played all three positions, but Knowles said he likes him most at the deep safety. So that's interesting to me. That tells you he's got to be a good tackler, right? I mean, that's your angel in the outfield, your Jordan Fuller type that if somebody gets out, and gets out the gate, he is the guy to at least take him down, get him out of bounds, whatever, so it doesn't turn into an 80-yard touchdown, which we saw way too often at the end of the year last year. PC says, Yakov, I would take 25% of that mill. Billy says, actually, Sonny might also make a great jack with the athleticism and intelligence. Yeah, I would never take him off the freaking field. Hands down, do not take Sonny Styles off the field. Just move him around. Move him up to the line of scrimmage, put him over a tight end, put him at linebacker as a strong side backer. Move him to the deep safety. I don't give a shit. Do not take him off the field. He's that good. He's that athletically gifted. PC says Cooper PTSD. Man, thanks for reminding me. That's why I'm here, PC, to keep us all drinking. But all right, 5:03. Look at me. Time for a shot. All right. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back on Friday, and don't forget Sunday night, as always. For the new people that are watching, I see, hey, new people, hit the like button, will you? I know the other guys know, but anybody that's new to the channel and is watching, we got a few dozen going on here. Please pop in and hit the like button. And if you're feeling really frisky on a hump day, hit subscribe. Make me go crazy. Share it with a friend too. But appreciate you guys. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.